Hey there, it's Stephanie Shea, Chief Astrologer for janspiller.com with your monthly horoscope, and this one's for you, Aquarius. Happy March. I'm happy to report that this is the only month of the year where all the planets are direct, even the outer planets. So this doesn't happen that often, and it is our signal to hit the gas. It's a cosmic green light for new projects or relationships. This month, you'll be supported in any activities related to earning, saving, or managing your money. I'll talk more about that later in the horoscope. But first, let's see what Mars is up to. On the 3rd, Mars will be moving into Gemini and will remain in this sign until April 23rd. Mars is the planet of action and ambition. And when Mars is in this sign, it makes it especially good for creative projects. It's also a really good month for anything involving writing or learning something new. And when it comes to romance, witty conversation can be quite attractive to others. It's much more a time to connect with others intellectually first, as a way to really create a strong attraction. Now, the sun will be shining in Pisces through the 19th, highlighting your finances and material resources. You might feel inspired to help those less fortunate. There's a real compassionate vibe that goes with the sun in Pisces. On the 20th, the sun is going to move into Aries, and that signals the astrological new year. The date that the sun moves into Aries is always the spring equinox in the northern hemisphere and the fall equinox in the southern hemisphere. But wherever you are in the world, it's Aries season. And when this happens, people get an extra boost of motivation. For Aquarians, it's a really good time to make some new connections and complete the tasks on your to-do list that can be done quickly. Think fast-moving Aries energy, just get it done. Now, this month's new moon on March 13th will be at 23 degrees of Pisces, and this is great for you. It supports new beginnings related to earning, saving, or managing your money and resources. The other piece of good news is that March 13th is the same day we clear the shadow of the last Mercury retrograde cycle we had. So Mercury retrograde was officially January 30th to February 20th. But there's always a shadow phase that follows where you still may run into a few roadblocks. It's not quite clear. But now we have the all clear signal just in time for this March 13th new moon. And that gives extra power in this new moon to take some really big new steps for yourself. And in your chart, it's lighting up the area that has to do with money. It's also the part of your chart where you can set intentions related to self-worth, charitable efforts, and anything that has to do with your creativity. So if you had a particularly creative money-making idea, this is the time to get it down on paper and take those first steps. We have Venus, the planet of love and money, in the sign of Pisces through March the 20th, and then it will enter Aries on the 21st. So the first part of the month is going to be particularly good to nurture, again, a money-making opportunity. You can see the theme here. This is the time to go for it. The days after the 21st are going to be really good for making a good first impression. It's if you have to make important phone calls, contacts, even something like a job interview. When Venus goes into Aries, it will offer that confidence when you're presenting yourself to others. Now, the full moon this month is on March 28th at 8 degrees of Libra. This is going to help you to get a new perspective. If you were born on or around January 28th of any year, or if you happen to have around 8 degrees of Aquarius rising, this full moon is going to feel especially energizing. It's working favorably with your sun sign or rising sign, whatever the case may be. And you might have an enlightening conversation or learn something new around this time that helps you to shift your philosophy or your attitude towards life. Themes of fairness and compromise will be highlighted at this full moon, so there's a lot that you can work with productively. All of this month's astrology is very powerful and forward moving. I hope you can make the most of it. Be safe and be well, and I look forward to seeing you here soon with your monthly horoscope.